Steve, there's been a lot of confusion regarding what is the best way to return a vote by mail ballot, especially with the post office and all the chaos that it seems to be in right now. What would you recommend to voters in terms of the best way to return their ballot?
Yeah. So just like in the primary, we're going to have ballot drop boxes throughout the county. We have 5 in place from the primary. The state is going to provide us with an additional 8 drop boxes. But in Bernard's, you're lucky because there's one right there at Borough Hall, and you can go into the complex and deposit your ballot there. Personally, that's what I would do, and I'm lucky because I've got a drop box right out in front of my own building here. But I would utilize that first. If you're early enough in the process, you can mail it via the US mail. Or something different this time from the primary is you can return your voted VBM ballot to the polling place. So what you'll do is you'll bring your ballot, have everything sealed, and have the certificate filled out. You will then sign the voter roll just as if you were going to be voting on the machine. And then you will take that ballot and deposit it into a ballot box, just like back in the old days.
Interesting. So just to follow up on that, Steve, I know that with the primary, not all the polling locations were open. In Bernards Township, I think we only had 2 polling locations that were open. To the extent there are voters that either want to vote provisional, which I understand they can do as well in person on election day,
That's
or if they want to return their sealed vote by mail ballots to the polling place, how will they know what polling place they're assigned to and what polling places are open?
Right. So about 2 weeks before the election, I will send out a postcard that indicates where the polling place is, where everything's going to be available. I will also list all of the drop box locations on that postcard. Like I say, we're going to get 8 additional boxes. We don't know exactly where those are going to be located, but by the time that postcard goes out, I'll have all of those.
So the voters should look for 2 things. They should look for their, I'm sorry, Sophia, they should look for their vote by mail ballots. There will be no samples. The vote by mail ballot is your ballot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that ballot will not actually indicate a polling location where your sample ballot would, but rather about 2 weeks before the election, they'll receive an additional piece of mail from you indicating what polling places are open within the township as well as where the drop boxes are. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct.